Pronto, signore.
Pronto, signore. January of 1936. The budding nations of Italy and Germany, under the rule of Sean and Ryan respectively, now teeter on the brink of all-out war. We find Italy at war with Ethiopia and Germany attempting to regain the strength they once had, while the nations of the world attempt to hold fast against the coming hordes. 56 hits different. Is that how it is?
I mean, yeah.
I would like to leave the League of Nations, please. Don't particularly want to be in the League of Nations anymore.
Not like it really changes much. Do you think when Woodrow Wilson devised the League of Nations, he was like, he thought there'd be world peace forever?
Yes, I believe so.
First thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take over it. I like to invade the Netherlands first, because I like to settle like the Dutch East Indies and get their rubber.
That's pretty good.
Because rubber is very useful for making planes and tanks and stuff like that.
Alright, I think I'm G to G. Is it okay with you if I form the Holy Roman Empire?
No.
Oh man.
Hitler just looks like tired with my shit today.
Is he?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. Ethiopia is being Ethiopia.
Can I send you volunteers?
If you want.
Oh yeah, I can. How many volunteers can I send? I'll give you an infantry and a pansy.
So what's our plan here? Plan is
Take over the world.
Take over the world?
Yeah.
That's a mighty goal.
I want to take out UK by 1940.
That's fair.
So you really need to be building a navy. That's what I want you mostly doing.
Well, I am building some naval stuff.
Bombers are important too.
You can do navy bombers.
Pronto, signore. Sì, signore.
Fix this whole depression thing.
Just Prussian things.
I wonder where my divisions are gonna be. Oh, they're there.
I need artillery, but I'm not making artillery. Why wouldn't you start me with artillery? We almost have Addis Ababa.
It's probably all it takes. They don't have...
It will be all that it takes, I think.
Oh. That is...
Heyo. Well, I did it. I left the League of Nations. Some say it couldn't be done.
Something tells me it was very easy to be done. I've been thinking about recently trying the Weimar Republic.
Sounds like a whole heaping pound of fun.
Because I think you can still do like Anschluss and stuff like that. Because it's the same focus tree. There's no restrictions on having to be fascist to do it. What does CV stand for?
No idea.
Like CV bombers? Dive bombers? What is that? Is that?
Yeah, I know what you mean. I do not know.
Is it like... I mean, water?
Maybe. Close vehicle. I'm gonna ultimatum the shit out of Albania.
Poor Albania.
About an early war with France. And there are 121 divisions.
I already have 121. Oh.
No, that's just max. Probably have like 50 some, I think, is what they usually start with, 51. Because right now, everybody around me is guaranteed. And I have nothing to do. So, except for Austria. Should I take Austria?
How are things around you guaranteed? There's no world.
Huh? Because they start with guarantees on them.
Oh, right, yeah. Right. Yugoslavia has guarantees? I didn't know that. Who are you going after?
I can't. The only person that's even close to me that doesn't have guarantees is Bulgaria.
Go after Yemen. It's still June of 1936. It's not like it's been very long.
Alright, Albania. Prepare for the ultimatum of a lifetime.
Oh shit, there's a bicycle division in the Netherlands.
Flee.
He's not looking at me, he's looking
Flee
the other
now.
way.
Well, you still have a chance. Hitler, go to Argentina now before he gets you.
Oh,
Oh.
there's something for you to do.
I'm not doing that. You can.
Complains about having nothing to do, and then
I am gonna have something to do here in a second.
you're renewing the non-aggression pact with Poland? Nah.
Can't imagine Poland's too happy about that.
Torpedo bombers are the ones, or I guess a Rota 56 version of the naval bomber. Really? I was memeing about that. I wasn't serious.
Can't stop me.
No. Why does the British Raj own the rest of Yemen? Is that
I don't know.
is that how I thought it was Britain owns that?
Actually, kind of want to just puppet the whole Middle East, like as much as I can.
You do you, I guess.
I'm gonna turn it into Giga Yemen.
Giga Yemen's Federation of South Arabia.
Is that what they're called?
Apparently.
Because it's a phenomenal name, and I'm glad that I started by puppeting them. Heyo.
Zog, what a madman.
His tiny mustache couldn't save him. I mean, you could let me join the faction.
I'm gonna let Saudi Arabia in, but I'm not gonna let you in.
Okay, don't let me in, actually.
I can't because you're
Please don't.
because they're oh you asked.
Yeah, but don't. It might ruin the focus I'm doing. I realize. Why do you hate me? So Ryan, you want to tell the story of the lady we saw at our local supermarket? Paint the picture for me.
So imagine you're just an average Joe going to the supermarket and you're really tired of that day and you just don't feel like what's this? Oh, okay. Yeah. And you just don't feel like dealing with other people's shit.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, it's easy to think that everyone in the supermarket's gonna act nice, but you know, there's always some bad apple that either had a bad day that day,
A bad apple.
or just really need to take it out on someone for whatever reason.
Just a rotten apple.
And that's what happened when we went to the grocery store. We just wanted to get in, get out, go real quick, nothing too crazy.
A quick grocery trip.
It's a 15-minute adventure. But because when you go to a grocery store, one of the most important parts about it, when you're for quickness of getting in and out there, getting in and out, is
efficiency on the checkout line.
It's not just that; it's also choosing the right checkout line, because it's a big decision. There's a
Yeah.
lot of factors that go into it. Like the people who are it's not just how long it is. It could be one person in there, but this one person could be someone who's never used a checkout line in their life, so it takes them a long time. There could be some young people that are just think of it the same way as you, and they don't want to go grocery shopping, so they're trying to get in and out as quickly as possible. And so we sometimes we make the right decision. Sometimes, most of the time, probably we don't.
But that's just the law of averages, right?
Yeah. So as I personally haven't seen many Karens in my
The dirty word.
in my being. I see I've worked jobs in retail, and I remember one time when I worked at a job in high school, there was this lady who was really upset about tomatoes and wanted this the most pristine tomatoes she could get, and she took it out on me.
It's important.
Um, And I guess if you work in the industry long enough, you just kind of get used to it.
Yeah, I think when you get when a man is ground down and his moral fiber is ripped shred by shred, you learn a little bit of something about yourself and the people around you.
So we got in line, and there was this woman in front of us, and I didn't really think much. I mean, I do my normal stuff when I'm in a grocery line.
Yeah, check out the tabloids.
Yeah, I like to see the people like laugh at how stupid People's Magazine is and other stuff like that. In the 500th, I don't know how they do it, but there seems like there's every time there's a new. You go to the grocery store, there's a new magazine about Princess Diana.
Yeah, check up on the royal family and what's going on with them, right?
But the lady in front, we kind of just noticed that the lady in front of us was taking a bit longer than usual to check out her stuff. And she had this shirt on that said shipped on it, which I didn't think much of because I've seen advertisements for something called shipped, which I thought it meant that was like a delivery brand. But I guess either it's something else or I just was mistaken. Because when I first noticed she was being all grumpy,
A little grumpy, yeah.
it was when she was the nice little girl. She wasn't probably that. The checkout lady was not that old. She was probably maybe like 15, 16, no older than that.
Right.
I mean, because grocery stores usually employ younger people. And she was just trying to do her thing. She was bagging the groceries, and she yelled at her, saying about how she wasn't stacking it correctly, and that you should stack it like Tetris.
I mean, stacking technique is important, but I don't know if you need to yell at a person about it.
Like, she was getting really irate with her about it. I was like, and I like turned. I was like, what? I couldn't believe that I had heard that.
Yeah, it was like a mean stack it like Tetris, not like a. Oh, can you not stack it like that? I'm worried that this will, and then you get like, yeah, sure, no worries.
And I think at that point, that's when the cashier knew she was given. She was in for. And so her shirt, the ship that I was referring to, apparently she worked for some kind of what's the word? Charity.
Yeah, charity.
And I've never seen anyone wearing a ship shirt before, and she like was yelling at her that like, cause I guess for the fact that it's charity you get a tax deductible from it, so you don't have to pay tax, and she was like yelling at the cashier about how anytime someone comes in wearing this shirt, you gotta call the manager over because she doesn't have to pay taxes.
There should be no tax on this.
Which is fine, I guess. You could have said it a little nicer, because she said it very condescendingly. How much longer till I can just... Oh, very close. Okay. And when the manager didn't come instantaneously, she started getting more upset. I mean, she was already upset.
None too pleased, to say the least.
And she was like, oh my god, and she's just like being just generally just naughty.
Naughty.
And when the guy finally came, their manager finally came, he had to do some stuff, and she literally took her phone out, leaned over the counter, and just kept muttering bullshit into it about how bad the grocery store was, and like, I'll never come here again. The service here is so bad. Which is like, I think that's stupid, because if you have a complaint like that, just tell the person. Don't put this bullshit on that, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it was pretty
like she wanted it. She was a Karen, but she didn't have the confidence to be a Karen. Is what it kind of came off as. And she left. She finished. It took her. I mean, it maybe took her another 5 minutes at most. Like it wasn't like it was like a 24-hour day. There's no way her life was that impacted by having to bring the manager over here and the cash register lady maybe being a little inexperienced. But the moral of the story is be nice to people. Is that simple?
The moral of the story is be nice to people in the checkout lane so the people behind you don't have to awkwardly sit there and listen to you doing all that.
I guess when people get to an age, they just think they have.
I don't know if it's an age thing.
Some people, I guess. Not everyone.
4-year-olds act that way, right?
I guess that's true.